All right. You all know why we're here and what we came to do this year. This is only the beginning of a very long season, but Game 1 means just as much as Game 82. Now, we have some new faces here that I really expect to make an impact for us this season. We've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you to go out there and execute just like we did in camp. Ain't no more excuses. It's time to get serious. If we play our brand of basketball, there's no telling where this team can go. So get out there, get warm, and let's go win this game.
Here we go, our first NBA game. This is something I've been waiting for my entire life. And to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous. But I know this is where I belong. So I just gotta get out there and do what I was born to do. I hope I can make my family proud.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Hello, everyone. Get ready for NBA action live on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan.
And this, the first of 3 games these two teams will.
NBA playing time. We're going to check out our first glimpse of professional basketball from Rogers.
Yeah, and whether he has friends and family in the crowd tonight or watching at home, I know a lot of people are proud of this young man. He's worked so hard to achieve this goal.
Yeah, and the future's bright for him, Greg. Not just tonight and not just this season, but for years to come.
And for Chicago, at the 4, it's Gasol with Noah at the 5. Rose and Snell teaming up in the backcourt, and it's Mirotic in at the 3 spot.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
And look, Joe Johnson last season, not his best statistically, but boy, did he show some heart. I mean, he was one of the catalysts for Brooklyn making the playoffs, especially when Brook Lopez returned healthy and the two could play off of one another.
Talking about Joe Johnson, I'm not going to lie, last year wasn't one of his best statistically, Clark. His shooting accuracy was on the low end. His turnover numbers were high. It wasn't very pretty.
But for Joe, Kevin, I don't think it was about the numbers last year. It was about wanting to compete and to win. And he's developed a champion's will over the years. And I would like to see him finally achieve his goal of maybe winning the championship. I think he deserves it. He's been consistent. He's been solid. And now you see some maturation with him as well.
Lets it go from the wing. Misses off the right iron.
They've been the glass eaters today, guys. A ton of effort out of them down low.
It's been a difference maker for them in this game. That's what's put them in front.
A good job here in the second. I mean, they're pounding it inside, getting it to the hoop, going strong to the rim. I mean, that's power basketball at its best. Checking out the game Wayne Ellington is having. He's got 8 points and 1 steal as well.
Mirotic has a wide open look. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got 4 assists in the game. Here's Larkin. He's covered by Rose. Here's Larkin. Clock at 6. From deep. Rebound Brooks. Bulls trail by 8. And oh, here we go. Brooks got it. The fast break chance. Rose. That's good.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
And no doubt last season the Bulls were clearly preparing for the playoffs. That they played their rookies but added a lot of playoff seasoned veterans to that roster.
Got a piece of it. Here's Larkin. Robinson, a screen on Rose. Here's Larkin. 5 to shoot. Uncovered. The shot is off.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Pass to Rose. All alone. And he gets it to go. Rose has got 10.
He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
Hollis Jefferson passes to Larkin. Vicious to Freak. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. The Bulls have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple. And the first one at the line is good, so it's both teams. And that concludes the first.
Ladies and
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half.
What a game for Rose. He has 12 points.
Here's Butler. Rogers. He's in at center. Bogdanovich out there with Shane Larkin. Then it's Thomas Robinson. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the small forward. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Here's Rose. Off target. And so it's Chicago winning this one. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Derrick Rose. Talk about lighting it up in the second quarter. My word, that was just huge, and the impact carried them through the entire game.
Tonight it was all about ball pressure with him. He was on his man like glue all game, just being a pest out there. He came away with 6 steals for the game. His defense came to play in a big way.
We saw Rose explode tonight. His dual threat ability, being able to score or pass equally well, man, that puts him on another level.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.
we got Kevin Durant up next. And you know he'll come to play. I love his versatility, but that makes shutting him down next to impossible. Coach gave us a full breakdown of what to expect. We watched plenty of films. But sometimes you just got to throw all that out the window and settle things on the court. And I'm ready. Bring it, KD.
Starting at shooting guard, 6 feet 4 inches, number 3, Dion Waiters.
Live from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the home of the Thunder. We're broadcasting from the Chesapeake Energy Arena. Well, for the Oklahoma City Thunder, they won their last contest, that game against the Jazz in Utah. And I don't think I was the only one surprised, not just by their win, but, guys, by what an emphatic win. As well, Rodgers checked in for Jarrett Jack. Nets trail by 15. Westbrook the point with Waiters at the 2. McGarry out there with Durant, and it's Cantor in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. And there's the 3-second violation. Here's Waiters. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. After the Nets' big moves the past couple of years, they were looked at as an older team, but you break it down, and you know, Greg, they're not as old as you think.
Actually have the 5th youngest team of anyone in the postseason. And so, though they seem older just because so many of their players had playoff experience or came into the league at a young age.
Here's the 3. Rebound, Brooklyn. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
And with the number of turnovers they had in that game, guys, it was going to be an uphill battle all the way.
Especially when you couple the turnovers with the soft defense they were playing. That's a losing combination.
Oklahoma City leading by 17. Westbrook with it, and Young picks him up defensively. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. The shot's good from Cantor.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
The Nets have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Waiters against Johnson. Floats one, and the layup is up and in.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Oklahoma City's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Outside Westbrook. Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
They're also having a lot of success from the...
And so we wrap up the first half. It's the Thunder up.
Yes, Kevin, I'm here with Russell Westbrook. And, Russell, how confident are you that regardless of what defender you see in front of you, you can get what you want?
Very confident. I have a lot of confidence in myself. I put a lot of work in the summertime, but I'm very confident.
Russell, thank you so much. Kevin, hard work pays off.
Thank you, Doris. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of the second half in the third quarter.
All right, eyes front. That's not what we were looking for in the first half, to say the least. Let's learn from what happened and make the second half a different story. The first message is simple. Let's get our act together and start playing as a team. We've just been playing as individuals out there. And another thing I'm happy with is how well...
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. For the Thunder, Steven Adams comes in for Dion Waiters, and McGarry subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Brooklyn making some changes. The Thunder leading by 19 points.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Thunder.
A beautiful pass doesn't always get you on the highlight reels, Clark, but there were some spectacular dishes in this game.
Yeah, it was a team that was really in sync. They trusted each other and took the right shot.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And looking at the arc of the season, this is the first of two meetings on the year, so this will be a solid win to go up 1-0 in the season series against the Nets.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Kevin Durant. You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Rogers in at center. Bogdanovich out there with Caruso. Then it's Thomas Robinson, and it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 3. To the paint, Cantor. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
And they're not finished just yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, not taking any chances, Greg. This is how you close a game out. Textbook.
Robinson left side. And Caruso kicks to Robinson. Parked down low that time, and he got the 3-second code.
Clearly a mental lapse at an inopportune time.
Yeah, that's a terrible mistake, Greg, to make it any time. But it's really exacerbated when you make it at this time.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. This game...
Well, guys, I'm here with Russell Westbrook. And, Russell, obviously the fans were loving this win here tonight. What was your mindset coming into this particular matchup?
Well, just trying to come out and play our game. We're a good team, especially at home. Did a good job of playing team ball tonight.
The fans were delighted, Russell. Thank you so much. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our entire 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And now we'll head over to the studio with Ernie Johnson.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this crowd. Wow. You get jealous. And he feeds off that support. Once they got behind him, he became unstoppable, man.
This was vintage Kevin Durant we saw tonight, fellas. Just tearing it up. He's got the most diverse set of skills out there from an offensive standpoint. There isn't anything he can't do. And defensively, he can do it as well. It's almost impossible to count all the ways Kevin Durant helps his team.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.
What a life, eh, freak? 1 minute you're playing 21 and horse on the courts in Harlem, and the next moment you're in the showroom, configuring the gunmetal and graphite exterior of your luxury car and your iPad mini. Oh, I bet you get a crazy crowd when you drive that car around the block in the old neighborhood, huh?
Yeah, I'm living the dream. Mad pandemonium. But folks from back around the way are real proud of me.
Yeah, I hear you. Local kid makes good. You know, it kind of reminds me of when I took my tech stock public and I rang the New York Stock Exchange bell and my mom's friends called her up and said, Maggie, is that your son on Bloomberg News this morning ringing the bell? And my mom says, yes, sirree, Bob, it was him. That was a great moment, freak. And you know, our lives are like a pearl necklace of great moments, all strung together with the finest silk thread of memories. And we have to be very careful how we cultivate those pearls and we thread that necklace.
Does this meeting by any chance have to do with Vic Van Leer?
I grew up in the burbs, freak. I wasn't poor, upper middle class, comfortable. My daddy worked as an accountant for one of the largest insurance firms in the country. Smart with his money. Mom didn't have to work. I went to boarding school. And my dad died of a heart attack when I was a freshman at MIT. I was a movie geek, wanted to be a civil engineer, but I made my fortune by becoming a hybrid of both those interests. My dad didn't want me to be an accountant. Oh, listen to this. My best friend was a guy named Isidore. Yeah, we called him Izzy. He was one of the smartest human beings I have ever met in my life. I mean, Izzy was taking second-year college calculus courses as a high school sophomore, right? Straight-A student, full ride to MIT. Izzy had the world at his fingertips. But he was always looking for trouble, and trouble found him. He ran with the wrong crowd. And when we got to MIT, he got this great job working for a financial consulting firm in Boston. But every weekend, he would fly to Vegas. You see, Izzy had a system for counting cards in Vegas that had the big casinos on the Strip. Oh, it's stymied. He would come back to MIT with suitcases filled with $200,000 in cold cash.
What?
Yeah.
So your man Izzy was getting hit off like that?
Like a fat rat in a cheddar cheese factory, freak.
Okay, so what happened to this dude Izzy? Because he's dope.
No, not dope. Dead. After he'd been missing for 3 weeks, the Nevada State Police never found hide nor hair of Isidore. And our friendship took a hit when he asked me to hang out with him in Vegas, and I said I wouldn't do it because I knew he was on a dark and twisted path in his life. And yes, he was my dude. But no way was I going to throw my life away trying to show my loyalty to a guy who really and truly didn't understand what loyalty was all about.
So this meeting is about Vic.
Correctamente.
Okay, well, sir, Vic isn't Izzy.
And why's that, freak?
Well, for one thing, you and your dead friend Izzy didn't grow up poor. Me and Vic grew up in a neighborhood where we had to look over our shoulder every 2 seconds to make sure nobody was going to walk up on us and rob us.
True. Izzy and I did not grow up in the hood. But we, like you, thankfully grew up in a 2-parent household. But even that wasn't enough for Izzy. He wasn't satisfied. He was always looking for a 5-alarm fire when he already had the warmth and comfort of a loving family. This is not about class warfare, freak. This is about the consequences of making bad choices and risking it all when you feel like you have nothing to lose.
Vic is like a brother to me, sir.
But you shouldn't be Brother Vic's keeper, freak. Would a brother go looking for trouble and put your career and your livelihood at risk by getting into fights at nightclubs and seedy after-hour joints and then scream to the media, yeah, it's all good, I'm an FOF, friendo freak. It's all misunderstanding. Y'all be haters, don't hate my game. I don't think a brother would do that to someone they really cared about, but a guy who looked at you like a meal ticket would.
No. So you don't understand Vic.
Really? I don't understand.
No.
Look, man, it was a misunderstanding with the guy in the next VIP booth. His honey started flirting with me, so naturally I started flirting back. Next thing I know, Captain Cornball's off my grill piece beefing. Next thing he know, he got a 2-piece and a biscuit on his left eye. Hey, I don't know who hit him. And it damn sure wasn't me. Hey, Captain Cornball's mad because I'm an FOF, friend of freak. Hey, but check this out, though. He needs to train that hottie before he leave the house, though. Yo, he's hot as ain't loyal, man.
What's there to understand? Are you freaking blind? You know, I just want to know, how much did you pay your lawyers to make all this go away?
Almost $100,000.
Excuse me, son, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said I paid almost $100,000.
Exactly. And if you keep riding shotgun with Vic, you're going to go broke. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Look, Vic is my friend, and I grew up with him. How many times I got to tell you, sir?
Freak, this is not a request. I am not asking you to do this. I am telling you to do this. And the first order of business is that Mr. Vic Van Leer is banned from traveling with you on the road. Vic is banned from the locker room. And Vic is banned from this arena. And if I catch this guy, Vic, in or anywhere near the facilities, Mr. Vic Van Leer will be arrested for trespassing.
Are you serious, sir?
Brother, I'm as serious as cancer. We all know that can be deadly.
You know, when me and Vic were kids, playing summer tournaments at the Dome, we always imagined making it to the pros, right? And after the crowds left, just a street light was on the court, like 11:30, 12 midnight, even 1 in the morning sometimes. We used to practice player introductions, running on the court, giving dab, high-fiving the teammates. Vic, he would act as an announcer. You know, he would introduce me and announce my name on the loudspeaker, and the Jumbotron would flash my image like a little guy dressed in long shorts and a jersey. And now, fresh off his 3-game, 62-point scoring streak, the youngest player to ever do so in NBA history, Frequency Vibrations. So me and Vic would sit in those empty bleachers at the Dome and dream like nobody's business. And now I'm living a dream. For real. And in so many ways, Vic was part of that.
Please, listen to me. I mean, I know this guy's your dude from way back.
Look, me and Vic go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
That's good. We go way back. Did you say front seats?
Front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
We go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac. Well, Jiminy Crickets. I'm going to be the hit once again at Herbie Allen's Sun Valley Shindig because my fellow billionaires love it when I walk and talk that talk.
So that almost sounds...
No, let me tell you exactly what it sounds like. I respect, admire, and most importantly, love you as a human being and a role model. But I pay you a lot. And I mean, I pay you a lot of money to play for my team. And I am in this game to win it. And you can't win it with an albatross around your neck like Vic. So Vic is done. History. And here's some more lingo that I picked up from a former megastar who used to play for me several seasons ago. Thought I would never release him until I did. And now he's the sixth man on a struggling team in Venice. And yeah, I'm talking Venice with the canals and the gondolas and Harry's Bar, not the street ballers next to the fortune tellers on the beach in Cali. This guy used to tell me when he thought there was a player destroying our team, don't be a hero, cut that zero. And that is what I am telling you about Vic, freak. Don't be a hero, cut that zero. The only thing Vic brings into your life is headache and unwanted and unnecessary negative attention, and it will begin to affect your mindset. And when it affects your mindset, it's going to affect your play. And when it affects your play, it's going to affect my team. And when it affects my team, it's going to affect my money. And if it affects my money, Google Translate will become your new freaking friend. I want a championship ring, freak, and I want you to help me get that ring. And banners after banners hanging from the rafters in this arena. So, freak, hear me clearly and hear me good. V, G, Vic, gotta go! Handle your business. And remember, that contract you signed contains a morality clause, a very important clause that revolves around your conduct on and off the court, and how it can negatively impact my team. Now, I don't want you to have to learn Italian or Croatian as a second language. And hey, playing pro ball overseas, there's nothing wrong with that. But the arenas are nothing like this, nor will the money be the same. And on top of all of that, this is the U.S. of A., the greatest freaking country in the world. Ask yourself, is Vic worth all that? Think about it. Think long, think wrong.
Tell you about Vic. He has his bad rap. It's not, and I understand some of his judgments. Man, Vic, let me tell you something. We actually, we have love for each other. We're brothers. Blood couldn't make us any closer at all. I mean, he has so much, has issues with him, but he still loves her. He still loves her.